Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of real-life spooky Halloween stories. If you missed part 1, I'll put the link in the description in case you want to check that out. A little before Halloween, I came home on a Saturday night about 12:30 a.m. My wife went up to bed, and I was still a bit hungry, so I decided to make myself a little snack before turning in myself. I made a frozen pizza, grabbed a cool beverage, and sat down on the downstairs couch to watch a little TV and eat my snack. No more than a minute or two after I sat down, I saw something flying towards me. At first I had no idea what it was, but when it flew to about within a foot or two of my head, I realized it was a bat. I literally jumped off the couch, the pizza went flying, and I grabbed for anything that I could find to swing at it. The only thing I could find was a throw pillow, so I just started swinging. The bat then flew up the basement stairs and into the kitchen. Luckily, we have a pocket door on the other side of the kitchen which was closed at the time, so the bat couldn't get upstairs. I closed the basement door for a minute or two and tried to figure out what to do. I figured the only solution was to get the bat back downstairs until morning. By now it was about 3 a.m. I used an old screen door that we had in our utility room as sort of a riot shield and opened the basement door and waited for the bat to come back down. It actually flew down the stairs and into the screen door I was holding, bounced off the screen door, and started flying down the hallway towards the utility room. As soon as it flew that way, I took off, hightailed it up the stairs, and closed the basement door. The next morning, I called the city animal control unit, and they sent someone out to look for the bat. Unfortunately, after searching our whole basement, they were unable to locate it. So basically, we had no choice but to call a company that specialized in bat removal and have them come out and take a look. Unfortunately, they were so backed up that no one could come out and actually bat-proof the house for about 3 more weeks. In the meantime, we kept the basement door closed and only went down there when we had to during the day. The company said you really don't have to worry too much, but that basically bats can come out of almost any crack. You've seen them come out of outlets, you've seen them come out of ceiling fans, you've seen them come out of pocket doors. And oh yeah, and by the way, if they bite you, scratch you, touch you, get saliva on you, you have to get a rabies shot. So that wasn't real comforting, especially with having 2 small kids in the house. There were multiple times when I heard crawling noises coming from the attic. There were no more actual sightings of bats, but one night I heard one in the kitchen wall, which was quite unsettling. It sounded like it was crawling down the wall and trying to come out the vent. They finally came out and sealed up all the possible access points around the roof except for 1 or 2. Here they put devices that allow a bat to fly out of the house but not to fly back in. Apparently, bats are protected and there's very strict rules on getting rid of them. Harming them isn't an option. So they left these up for about a month to make sure that it gave enough time for all the bats to get out of the house. Then they came back to seal up those points as well. Luckily, since then we haven't had any indication that any are still here, so the ordeal is seemingly over. The sight of a bat coming flying straight at me while I was sitting on my couch was never something I thought I would see in my lifetime. So that was part 2 of last year's real-life spooky Halloween stories. I hope you enjoyed the video, and just remember, next time when you settle down for a late-night snack, you might not be alone. Take care.